rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my God. Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy breaks Larry.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Man, Brandon trying to kill me last night. No, that was self-inflicted pain, damn it. That was self-inflicted. I do not blame him for that. But I'm not feeling it today. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you, Zach. Good to see you, Cynthia. Oof, man, it's going to be a rough day today. Brandon, yeah, that escalated quickly. Things really got out of hand, just slightly. You think? Yes, I am alive. I am alive. Good to see you, Zach. Star Z, how you doing? Good to see you. Natalie Baker, Lexi. Oh, yeah. It is going to be an interesting day today. Once I can get my brain functioning properly, we'll be right in there. Whoa, man. First things first, let's get this damn thing out of the way because I saw this morning and I'm sure it happened yesterday. Good morning, Patrick W. How you doing? Oh, man. Here we go. Oof. So, Supreme Court in Colorado, they threw out a lawsuit on Tuesday against the Christian baker who refused to make a pink and blue cake for a transgender woman or dude. Don't know. If you're trans, I can't tell. It could be man, woman, could be boy, could be girl. Don't know. Don't care. The Centennial State's High Court rebuffed the suit on procedural grounds in a 6-3 opinion. Masterpiece cake shop proprietor Jack Phillips has been sued by attorney Autumn Scardina. Well, not. So is Autumn Scardina what? A transformer in 2017 as part of an anti-discrimination claim. Phillips is famous for declining to make a cake for a same-sex wedding in 2012. But that wouldn't be discrimination. That would just be, no, I'm not making a cake for you. Oh Lord, not the bakeries again. Same story, different groups. No, this is the same story. This is the same group. This happened back in 2017. But the Supreme Court, they took it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, this was 2012 that this happened, but it was in 2017 that they sued again. Enough is enough. Jack has been dragged through the courts for over a decade. Yeah, 2012, over a decade. It's time to leave him alone. His attorney, Alliance for Defending Freedom, senior counsel Jake Warner, said in a statement, yeah. Because the cake admittedly expresses a message, and because Jack cannot express that message for anyone, the government cannot punish Jack for declining to express it. Ultimately, the Colorado Supreme Court concluded that Scardina did not exhaust all possible administrative avenues for relief before suing Phillips. Justices on the state's high court, all of whom were appointed by Democrats, wrote that Scardina improperly filed her claim anew in the district court, with a majority opinion by Justice Melissa Hart stressing we express no views on the merits of these claims. Ultimately, the Colorado Supreme Court concluded that Scardina did not exhaust all possible administrative avenues. Prior to lodging the lawsuit against Phillips, Scardina filed a complaint against the baker with the Colorado Civil Rights Commission. In 2019, Phillips said the state agreed to drop the matter, prompting Scardina to file the lawsuit. In 2019, Phillips and the state agreed to drop the matter, prompting Scardina to file the lawsuit. Today's state Supreme Court opinion found that Scardina needed to challenge the settlement before suing Phillips. Or any business can refuse service. I know the real effect of Trump derangement syndrome. My oldest son, he can't speak to him about anything political until Trump is deleted, and then he told me to shut your effing mouth. Well, that is how it goes. Scardina lawyer John Hugh ripped the ruling, chiding that justices decided to avoid the merits of the issue by inventing an argument no party raised. Justices in the minority echoed the sentiment, arguing that their peers' opinion erroneously gives Masterpiece and Phillips a procedural pass. It does so by concluding that the district court lacked the authority to hear Scardina's case, relying on reasoning that no party presented in the case. Yes. So although they ruled on it, they didn't rule one way or the other because they don't want to get in the middle of that shite storm. Yeah, if a bakery doesn't want to make you cake, go to a different one. Or the thing is it wasn't about baking the cake. He had no problem baking the cake for him. He just wasn't going to put on there anything about same-sex marriage. And that was the issue. He said, well, that goes against my Catholic beliefs. I'm not doing that. And if they're forcing somebody to do something that they do not believe in, why would you do that? It's not right. Just saying, it's not right. The Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act bars businesses from discriminating against customers on the grounds of disability, race, creed, color, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, marital status, national origin, or ancestry. Scardina's initially commissioned the cake for Phillips' Denver area bakery when the U.S. Supreme Court said it would take up Phillips' challenge against a Colorado Civil Rights Commission decision that concluded he discriminated by refusing to make a wedding cake for more than a decade ago. The High Court later sided with Phillips in Masterpiece Cake's shop in Colorado Civil Rights Commission, finding that the state panel did not exhibit religious neutrality in its decision. Scardina claimed that her goal in ordering the cake was to undercut Phillips' assertion that he would still provide services for gay patrons. That's it. That's all they got. I mean, I don't care if someone wants to smoke on the pole or not. It don't matter to me. You do what you do, man. Leave me the hell out of this one. Oh, yeah. So this is, let's see if we've got this one here. Oh boy, this will drive you a little batty here. Mm-hmm.
We've been working around the clock to prepare for Hurricane Milton and to ensure that people are safe, including ensuring federal, state, and local resources are being coordinated in a smart and efficient and effective way. We have also been in constant contact with the leaders in Florida to make sure that we are cutting any red tape that might get in the way of getting relief to folks, to make sure also that communities receive the resources and the support that they need as quickly as possible. Already, we have sent more than 1,000 federal personnel to be on the...
Really? Really? Huh? It seems like they want their right on while stepping on everyone else's. Exactly. When you force someone to cook you, I would be afraid to eat that food. Just saying. Just saying. I would be a little worried about that myself. Hello. Make them all wish they never learned the metric system. Mm-hmm. Oh, time to act like a ladder now, Kamala. No, it's more like a ladder. She's acting like a ladder. I misread that. It says time to act like a leader. Sanders tore her apart yesterday, and Biden contradicted her. Yes, it's making her look foolish on a regular basis. Well, at least it's showing her true colors. See, this is Camel Toe's way of trying to make it look like she's worthwhile. She's influential. She's doing so much. See, yesterday, at some point in time, yesterday morning, I think it was, they released some sort of statement that DeSantis hung up on her. And he didn't. He's like, I've spoken with Biden. I've not talked with Camel Toe. I don't know what you're talking about. She maybe called the wrong number or something, but she didn't call our office. And that would be easy for him to confirm because they have that information that comes in. So she never called for any reason. I also doubt that she's done anything to help this out. I started watching the press conference yesterday with FEMA. It was the most painful thing to watch. And at the very end, which YouTube, I filed a report on the White House. Yes, because of misinformation. YouTube I filed a report on misinformation onto the White House's YouTube channel yesterday because they falsely said that a certain former president told people to inject bleach into their veins. Yeah. I think that people should make it well known that we shouldn't tolerate medical misinformation. I mean, if they're going to remove me for making jokes and satire about things and give me a strike, I don't see why they shouldn't do the same and force the White House's YouTube channel to remove those statements that were false. And I think that they should constantly remove all of those things that the White House has been claiming over the past 4 years label them as false. Every time they say that Trump said X, Y, or Z, they should remove it because those are verifiably false. They're slanderous. They're misinformation. They're not true. They should be removed immediately. If it goes one way, it should go both ways. Did you get it? Yeah, I got a satire strike. Yeah. Because what's her face, Raggedy Ann, John Luke Peon, whatever her name is, started claiming was that Trump was telling people to inject bleach into their veins as as a reaction to a certain coof thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that. Same way with your parents. The first major election was 72. Every election from that time on until their passing, I voted my way. They voted theirs, never told them before or after. Love that we don't worry about an old QLD. Yeah. Queensland.
Ground in Florida to assist with what needs to happen in the state to prepare for this hurricane, and we will continue to scale up.
You've done nothing to prepare the state for the hurricane. The state of Florida is doing just fine. Florida was prepared for this way ahead of time. You know, that's the worst part about it is they don't understand. To them, well, let's see, the war in Ukraine isn't going well for them. The war in Israel isn't going too well for them, and you know let's see, the war. Let's see, you got the next one that's Chinese, Taiwan. Where's the next one you're going to have? Brazil? I don't know. What places do you think it might be that we could possibly have wars and battles to break out that you're completely failing on? I mean, DeSantis, FEMA is not in charge here. Make no mistake. Yes, it's exactly what he said. He said, FEMA is not in charge here. We've got this. Like, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Those efforts. To the people of Florida, and in particular, the people of the Tampa
because she is. That's the thing. Because she already is, by proxy, she is. Biden only has to show up once a month. If it wasn't for this kind of crap happening, he wouldn't show up. He'd be still sitting on a beach in, you know, some gay beach in what is it, Baltimore, some crap like that. His little gay beach house. Was that the Camel Toe family tree? I think so.
People of the Tampa region, we
Choke
urge
on
you
it.
to take this storm seriously.
What the hell is going on? Why does that is the craziest, kookiest thing I've ever seen. Delaware? I don't know. He's a weird kook.
Has been said.
Why is Trump? Why is Biden sitting at this little desk while she's sitting what looks to be like the Oval Office? It's creepy.
Before, this is a storm that is expected to be of historic proportion. And many of you, I know, are tough, and you've ridden out these hurricanes before. This one's going to be different.
Really?
And so we ask you that.
How is this one going to be any different than any other hurricane? We watched last night. How is it different than any other hurricane? Explain to me how one hurricane is different than the other. What wasn't it Katrina was going to be the most devastating, and it was a nothing burger. It was the outer bands that caused all the damage. And that could have been avoided. Like the damage in New Orleans during Katrina. The damage in New Orleans during Katrina could have easily been avoided. Could have easily been avoided. That's what people aren't. That's what they're not talking about. They don't mention that the issues they had in New Orleans was not all of the rain coming at once and causing all of those problems, which they never got hit with the hurricane. They just got hit with the outer bands. The problems were poor city management. The pumps that were supposed to remove the water as it was breaking over the levee was supposed to be pumping them back out. But guess what? Mismanagement, no funding. They didn't take care of the pumps. They couldn't pump out the water. The storm itself died pretty quickly. Yes, it did. Yeah, Florida is used to hurricanes. If you're on the coast, you're pretty well used to hurricanes coming along. The more they try to win the optics war and make her look legitimate, the worse it gets. This is why Brandon never left his basement. Exactly. But the problem is she had to get out and campaign because it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. It showed very clearly she was losing. She couldn't hide out in the basement because there was no pandemic happening. Nothing she could do. She had to be out there. And then they'll want to take credit for, we don't wear masks anymore because of us. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works.
By every measure, understand it's going to be more dangerous, more deadly, and more catastrophic. So please listen to your local officials. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. And if you are told to evacuate, please evacuate immediately. Do not wait until it is too late. And in the hours and days ahead, President Biden and I and our administration will continue to do everything we can to protect the people who have been in the path of this storm. And
you can't protect people. That's not what your job. Really, do they know? Yeah, they have idiots.
Once the storm has passed, we will be there to help folks recover and rebuild, as we continue to do for those communities in Florida, Georgia, North and South Carolina, and across the Southeast who have been devastated by Hurricane Helene.
What, you're going to give them $750? Going to give them $750, hook us up? You're going to hook us up? Aw, aren't you a special kind of retard?
Finally, as the president mentioned, to any company or individual that might use this crisis to exploit people who are desperate for help through illegal fraud or price gouging.
Oh, there, she's got to get it in. Illegal fraud. Okay. Can you tell me? Anyone, can you tell me anywhere in the world where fraud is legal? Anybody tell me where fraud is legal? Anyone? No, what? No, fraud is always going to be illegal. Always. Why doesn't she say through fraud or raising prices illegally? Well, because she's an idiot. So this means again, there are laws against this already. If you want to see price gouging, this is the trick. This is the trick for their so-called price gouging. If you have a bunch of lumber, just use lumber for example, and then you hit it with a pandemic. Pandemic comes along. Ooh, man. Everybody sits back. They get bored. They're like, man, I've got nothing to do, but the big box hardware store is open. I want to build a deck. It's going to be a large deck. And I'm going to rub my deck every single day. I'm going to lay around on my deck, and I'm going to paint my deck. I'm going to hang out with my wife. My wife is going to kick back on my deck, and we will be doing that on our deck. Yes. You decide that's what you're going to do. And guess what? Everyone else does also. But because they raise the cost of fuel, now they have to go and get lumber because they're running short, like really short. but they can't afford it because of the cost of fuel. Inflation's starting to screw you. So what happens almost overnight? The cost of lumber, something that 2 months earlier you could have purchased for, I don't know, 78 cents for a 2x4, 2x4x8. Well, they go, yeah, that's going to cost you $3 now. Is that price gouging? So price gouging because you screwed everybody. You raised the cost of you caused the inflation to increase, and now you're expecting me to pay even more money for it. So should I be able to sue them? Is that what I should be able to do? Should I be able to sue the federal government for price gouging? Because they're the ones that caused this. I mean, oh, that's right. You can't. Wonderful, isn't it?
Gouging, whether it be at the gas pump, the airport, or the hotel counter.
Yeah, but you have to understand that DeSantis already said, don't worry about it. DeSantis already set it up. He was just like, yeah, we ain't playing that. And yes, if you don't have rooms, you can raise your rates. If you don't like it, go elsewhere. Someone called in the Fisher Price desk. Yeah, she's an
Know
idiot.
that we are monitoring these behaviors and the situation on the ground very closely, and anyone taking advantage of consumers will be held accountable.
Really? Yes, prices go up when the demand goes up, but you have to understand that they do not believe in capitalism unless it's for them. Bake the cake, bigot.
The bottom line is this hurricane poses an extreme danger, and we urge everyone in Florida to take extreme caution. And we are with you, and we will get through this together.
Yeah. She's so full of shit. Just absolutely full of shit. I can't help it. It is one of those where you go, really? How stupid do you have to be? Well, apparently she runs the gambit on stupidity. She runs the gambit on stupidity because, think about this. There you go.
The other point, Mike, that I would make, especially came through on the briefing from the federal experts, it's really important that we think about the language that we're using to talk about what we are predicting. Because, for example, it has moved from time to time from a Category 5 to a Category 4. It's important that we not emphasize that downgrading has happened because, in fact, the difference between Category 5 and Category 4 in terms of the danger and the damage is pretty much the same.
Yes, that's what she had to say. We have to be careful downgrading it. Really. You don't make that call. You dumb twat. You don't make that call. They make a call based on what it is doing. If you don't like that they've downgraded it, that is just tough shite. You can go to a different baker. Yeah. Debbie Webb, how are you doing? Mel Camp, what about kicking people from a hotel who lost their home to give government people? Is that wrong or okay? Yeah. How about that? Yeah. That happened. That happened. From what I understand, I could be wrong, but I believe that was happening in North Carolina. Why is she telling the Weather Channel that they need to do things that are not truthful? Why? don't understand. Oh, this is gonna be a short stream today. I can tell my brain is hurting. Thank you, Brandon. Oh my gosh. Of course, Trump, he's going to hold a rally at Madison Square Garden in the race's final stretch. His return into New York in the race's final stretch, scheduling a rally at the city's iconic Madison Square Garden. Trump is planning his event for October 27th to kick off the final week of campaigning. According to a campaign official familiar with the plans who spoke on the condition of anonymity, it will be Trump's second rally in the city he grew up in, following a May stop in the South Bronx that drew a large and diverse crowd. Hey, good morning, Funston. Keep the fear up. Must keep fear up. Hold on a second. I'm going to get some more coffee.
Sandy shores get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to effing see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Whoa, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing
Boomer. Yeah. This was this is a good monologue. It was absolutely wonderful. Yes. Yeah. Muted. Boomer. Yeah. It was a completely good monologue. I'm telling you, it was the most important thing I've ever said. I shizzied again. All the readers agree with you. Yes. Yes, they are. All the lip readers completely agreed with me on that. Now, what I was saying is in Colorado, they're very upset because Aurora's mayor claimed that a notorious Venezuelan gang had moved in, but get the caffeinated coffee instead of the decaf. Oh, but it was a good laugh. I gotcha. You're funny. I just moved to Vic Gorhet. Gone to okay. So they're saying that the Venezuelan gangs it's completely not true, that doesn't exist. Isn't that weird how there's videos of it, but somehow it doesn't exist? And it goes to show that we need things like this on a regular basis. Goes to show you need things like this on a regular basis. There's just so much. What is this? There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Things like this need to be shared.
Here we go. One more. 3 for 3. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the kind of happiness we need. That's the kind of happiness we need. With the other fellow also, Ozzy in the chat. That's fine. How stupid does she think you are? Oh, they know that people are not going to fact check them. It's not about you being stupid. Just nobody pulls up the information. Nobody shows the information. Yeah. See, this was okay. Here we go.
President, Governor DeSantis, NBC is reporting Governor DeSantis is ignoring your calls on hurricanes, resources, and help. How does that hurt the situation here?
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games with this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations. It's just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
President.
Oh yeah. That was what she had to say on the situation. But you know what? DeSantis came out and he debunked that entirely. Yeah, that was what she had to say to DeSantis. But whenever you look at what actually happened, it was not that at all. It was not that way at all.
Saying you're not aware of that, and if so, how are you not aware of that?
So Biden called me a couple days ago with Helene when I was on the helicopter. I didn't have any issues. They had helped us with what we've done. I'm not aware that he's tried to call since then. Certainly hasn't called my phone, so I don't know quite where they're getting that information. At the same time, we got the approvals that we need. If there's something else that we need, I'll hop on the phone very quickly, whether that's a FEMA administrator or the president, and we will press the case to be able to get approvals for what we need in Florida. But we have gotten approvals for everything that we've asked for.
out in this area?
I didn't know that she had called, so I'm not sure who they called. They didn't call me, and their characterization of it was something that they did. It wasn't anything that anybody in my office did in terms of saying that it was political.
Given the severity of this moment, since I did want to ask you about politics right now in terms of should
I don't really want to answer questions about this. Is not a time for politics. No, excuse me, Gary. You and your publication will twist anything that's done to try to make a political agenda. That's what you do.
Yeah. And that right there did nothing to help the conversation. Whereas DeSantis got his stuff together and got them straightened out. I love it that people get all worked up. They're saying, but she was doing everything she could possibly do to help out. It was a lie. It was a complete lie. It's like this horrible person.
To the impacted areas. But instead, people want to do disinformation, misinformation, which is dangerous. Because then when folks on the ground hear that, they may not want to ask for the help that they need. That is there for them. That's our focus here.
But President Biden is fond of saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina who need it. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question is misinformation, sir. What you don't, yes, it's misinformation.
Is there money to send to Lebanon right now?
I just mentioned to you that we provided more than $200 million to folks who are impacted in the area, and I just shared with you that people are deciding not to.
Clear to Congress that there's not enough money to help people.
We're talking about the SBA disaster loan.
That's money for people in North Carolina,
and that's important. And people in North Carolina need that. Wait, this is nothing new, Peter. This is nothing new.
So this is the zoot. Yeah, she needs a tailor really bad. It's like, what guy gave that to her?
Congress comes together. They provide money, millions of dollars, for disaster relief. We're asking them to do the job that they.
As a big lie as those fake dots you did last night. And why can't I type shot but no shout? Oh, that's pretty bad. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Oh, yes. Thank you, Brandon.
We have been doing for some time.
From a letter that President Biden sent to Johnson, McConnell, Schumer, and Jeffries. The president's letter is not misinformation. Would you agree?
The fake dots.
No, the way you're asking me the question is misinformation. There is money.
Oh, it's the way the question was asked was misinformation. You can't shots. Oh, shite. Really? That's a possibility. You know what it could be? Why they're not letting you super chat that? I think I know why. That you can't do that is because of the attempt on former President Trump's life twice. That may be a YouTube thing.
That we are allocating to the impacted areas, and there's money there to help people who truly need it. There are survivors who need the funding, and it's there.
That you don't like misinformation.
I actually said we have the money available to help survivors of Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. Now there's going to be a shortfall, right? Because we don't know how bad it's Hurricane Milton.
750. Just saying.
It's going to be. And so we're going to need additional funding.
Because you don't have the funding. Like, Doocy's sitting there shaking his head going, all right. Oh, this hurts my head so early in the morning. That and alcohol did that. Doocy says, you've said that you don't have enough funding to keep us funded through this hurricane season because you've been sending money to Lebanon, you've been sending money to Ukraine, you've been sending money for illegals to come across the border, you've been funding these people, and now whenever a real disaster, something that could have easily been taken control of, you've got all this money, and now you're telling us you're in a shortfall. And she's saying, well, the way that you're saying that is misleading. Nothing he said was misleading. She just ran around the whole block just to step 2 feet. That's it. They want people to reach out to them, but they have no phone service or electric. How are they supposed to reach out?
That's exactly what I just asked about. And
That is exactly what he asked about. And she ran. It's like all you have to do is step across the threshold and say that's true. But no. She ran around the whole block, around the whole playground, just to step over it and say the exact same thing. She threw in a whole bunch of word salad that did nothing. Okay. Starlink has to have power also. Just so you know, it has to have power. But Elon got together with, who was it? Another generator company, and they brought little generators to power those up so people could get service. At least just to know that they're okay. I can't. I know bubblegum has reported it 7 years, but how long does it take to pass and shite a computer screen in the shape of her face? Carrier pigeon. She got another job, didn't she?
you said it was
No.
misinformation. Yes.
What you're asking me is why Congress needs to come back and do their job. That's what you're asking me. Congress needs to come back and do their job and provide
Information.
I actually said we have the money available to help survivors of Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. Now, there's going to be a shortfall, right? Because we don't know how bad Hurricane Milton is going to be. And so we're going to need additional funding. We're going
I just shake my head at these people. I just shake my head. I can't even begin to explain how aggravating it is that they lose on all fronts. They lose on all fronts. So let's put it this way. While there were people, not all of them, there were some people that were in these affected areas for FEMA. While there are people that are currently there in these affected for FEMA, Red Cross, all of the government entities are out there. This right here is meetings that are being held.
New York City VOAD, Voluntary Organizations Active in Disaster, has a diversity, equity, and inclusion and anti-discrimination pledge that is required for the VOAD members. I suggest that everyone contact New York City VOAD, get a copy of it, and consider how to incorporate that in your jurisdiction. And then as it relates to the spaces where we do the work, look at how you talk about the people behind their backs.
That's the kind of meetings that they're having. And you wonder why people get so upset. Why are they getting upset? Why? You want to know how bad it is. Good day, Rosalind Duke. Good day. You suffer from the lack of intelligent ability to comprehend speech. That's how I am most days. Why are they talking about people behind their backs? Why? Well, you don't want them to really know what they think about you, do you? It's a curious thought exercise like this.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election.
And this is when the teleprompter goes out.
So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead.
What do you mean they're the underdog? They're in power. Well, what is she talking about? They're the underdog? Do you think your overlords are the underdog here? The ones that have been screwing this up? See, this is what happens whenever she goes off script. This is what happens when you go off script. It's amazing to me. This right here is what it looked like in North Carolina. The aftermath.
Yeah, it's all fiber optic. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Right, because it looks like you could land there. Wow. Oh, sure.
Yeah. This is Western North Carolina. I believe this is around Chimney Rock. This was 2 weeks after. Good morning, Roxanne. Yeah. That's what it looked like in North Carolina. The after effects of Milton are going to be felt just as devastating across the state of Florida as that was felt up in, and Florida got hit too. It wasn't that Florida wasn't just reeling after another storm. No. They got a double whammy. There was back-to-back hurricanes. Russell, remember when the first time you saw the Appalachian Range? I thought it was the most beautiful sight ever. Purple Mountains majesty. So sad. Yeah, that is very sad. It's so impressive that people have forgotten how quick they forgot what it looked like in one state and how quickly it happens in another. Let's see if we've got this one here. Let me see. We'll pull this up and make sure. So if you're wondering the kind of damage that Milton caused, let me share this tab just so you guys get a bird's eye view of the aftermath.
On the 10 Tampa Bay app on your phone right now,
Yeah, that's destroyed.
You have 600,000 power outages according to TECO. Manatee County 175,000. Sarasota County 250,000 here. But this is the most jaw-dropping video that all of us saw from last night in the dark.
Yeah, getting shared on national news. A lot of people have reached out this morning about this. It's all over social media too. The home of the Rays no longer has a roof. You can see it ripped right off during the winds of Milton, exposing the stadium lights this morning there, previously hosting thousands of linemen and National Guard members preparing for this storm, but they were thankfully out of the area. The linemen were in a different staging area, relocated before this issue. First responders staged at other areas, all essential personnel accounted for right now. So that is the good news. But we had tremendous wind speeds in the Pinellas County area. Albert Whitten Airport tracking wind gusts of 101 miles per hour, a record for it. And that's just 2 miles away from the trop.
Yeah, and that's that's, you know, the trop has some age to it, 34 years old there. That is a translucent.
Yeah. It's biblical, this weather. Poor Wyoming, too. Yeah.
Teflon coated fiberglass roof that has been through several storms. It did not make it in this one. Big question now is, what do they do? They're going to get a new stadium here in the next several years. But, you know, they're still supposed to play there in the meantime. That's a lot of times, you know, just kind of superficial at this point, because we're more worried about you, worried about your homes and lives and what you guys did. We did just get some information confirmed.
Yeah, that was that particular, the roof being ripped off of that. And then we've got
Fluid situation this morning as we're learning more details about issues up and down our coast. This out of TPD, they rescued 15 people from a home. A tree fell down. There was another tree in the area too that also injured somebody. They had a head injury after this. Thankfully, that person taken to the hospital. But this was 15 people trapped inside of a home when the tree fell down. They thought they were in a safe spot. Obviously, was not the case there. Young children were inside at the time.
Yeah. That's devastating.
Of Milton. This is 400 Central Avenue in downtown St. Pete. Construction there in the area, and we were warned about this. Mayor Ken Welch said yesterday there were 4 areas they could not get the cranes down fast enough ahead of this storm, and so they were warning people. We were warning you, get out of the area because you didn't want to mess around with the winds, and this is why they came.
Yeah. And more. Bel Air storage looks like it's underwater. So there's the outages. You've got just complete
To firefighters to get them back out there. The hot spot reignited there, and the wind speeds in the area, the wind gusts just fueling that fire.
Well, it was just giving oxygen to it. That's all.
New South and Central Avenue, you have those beautiful.
So look at those palm trees, the way that they're bending. Yeah. Looks like the whole world is leaning because of it. It's pretty nasty. And this, of course, is where the hurricane went through, getting a little bit up towards North Carolina. So some of that storm is dissipated, but I said about this, be careful what you're wishing for, because these outer bands are the dangerous part. Those outer bands are headed up towards North Carolina. Morning, everybody. Welcome. And of course, this is the storm that came across. The rainfall amounts were drastic. And we got your man on the street, which I don't understand why he even has to be there. But okay.
Now giving you some new perspective here.
He's standing there going, why am I out here again? Morning, Volstorm. How you doing? Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a new perspective, because it was even hard to navigate our way out of the hotel parking lot because there were so many trees down in the lot. We had to create, if you will, our own little maze to get out. But we're over here at the Waterside Mobile Home Park right now, and just take a look in the distance. And we talked about that wind, that extreme, strong gusts of wind. And you can see it really did some catastrophic damage here.
Well, yeah, that's what wind does, and you're basically living in a metal home, so that's going to happen. Look, it even pulled boards off. Wow, of a house. Yeah, I'm going to stand in a puddle. Why are you standing in a puddle? I don't understand. I guess so they could pan down to it.
That came down. Lots of things came down. But one thing everyone we spoke with was thankful for, especially from the city, was that all those big men.
Why is he standing in the middle of a puddle? I don't understand this. Go, Mayor Dan. How you doing this morning? Ah, yes, Mayor Dan. Hope you're doing well. Stormy storm. Yep. I don't understand why he's standing in the middle of a puddle. Yeah, this is.
Look at this. Roofs are ripped off. You have siding on one house that shouldn't be there. You literally have palm trees just lifted up from the roof, the root there on the ground, and then.
Well, it was weak anyway. It wasn't that strong. I'm surprised she's not standing in a puddle too. It's like, why are these people out there? I guess they couldn't go out during the storm.
Area really hard hit, and our Miranda Parnell is live.
This chick looks like she's taking too much Botox because she has no facial expression. Her mouth just moves like.
Expressing Gulfport right now. She's been monitoring the area. Miranda, my goodness, Gulfport did not need this after Helene. That area just inundated with water at the time and a lot of destruction. And we can see the power of Milton there behind you with that tree, a major one down.
That's right. This is a massive tree that has basically just been split in half out here on just about 4 blocks away from.
What the hell's going on? Standing in the puddle too. Yeah. Georgia's safe. She would not leave Jeremy awful upset over it. Yeah, I saw that also. Standing in a puddle. Is that a gay tree? Yeah. No, if you look, the tree's rotted. Like this tree was already diseased pretty bad. Just saying. Yeah, this tree's already shot. You can tell by all the black that it has right here. That's rot. So the root, the heart of the tree was rotted out. This could have been done by a beetle, but yeah, that's pretty nasty. So I'm not surprised this tree didn't go all to crap.
From the casino. So this is such a popular strip. Now we have seen some people milling about as we get our first look in daylight, but I can go ahead and tell you, it looks just like this. We've actually get to another scene, get out of Gulfport. The station's been trying to send us somewhere else, but we've been having trouble just getting out of here. Cell signal is touchy, it's touch and go, but also just this scene. There are a lot of trees. There's a lot of tree debris. And we've seen Gulfport police. We saw them out yesterday playing those messages for people to evacuate if they were in the mandatory evacuation zones or to shelter in place if they had a safe spot inland. Now we're seeing.
She's angry because she's in Gulfport and doesn't want to be there. But it has a flag on the fence. Oh. Is that what it is? You have to understand, you guys spot this thing. You guys spot this crap so much faster than I do. I didn't notice it until you were like, it's a gay tree. I wasn't. See, this is how colorblind I am to these kind of things. You hang your gay flag. Nope, I don't care. Wild, isn't it? It doesn't matter to me. It's funny that you noticed that. You guys spot the gays everywhere. I didn't even notice. I had no idea. Yep. She scored me. All the damage in North Carolina, Tennessee, and Florida. All I can think of is the scammers that will run to these places. Oh, yeah. The Beatles ruined everything. Just ask Yoko Ono. Exactly. She had such a great singing career until she got involved with the Beatles. That's why she broke them up.
Seeing them out trying to clear this debris. As soon as we rolled up on some officers, they said, get back to your shelter. And we're like, we wish we could. We're with the media. And they were like, all right, they want us to get the message out that folks need to stay put. You don't want to be out
roaming around waving your gay flags.
And came to rest. in the median. So
Which is why they wanted you off the roads
Yeah.
late last night too, and really still now.
Well, there was a tornado that came down.
Walloped, yeah.
during Helene. So they're going in there to see, what's left after this storm. If it wasn't the water from Helene, it's the wind now from Milton.
That they're there assessing and getting to people. Hopefully people have gone out of the area. That was an evacuation zone. But if anybody,
You're not supposed to. Then they crawled out and left their lights on. That's hilarious. The battery's still running. Lots of tornadoes. Yeah, the tornadoes last night were insane. Lots of them. Lots of tornadoes.
did stay getting to them too.
This is from Polk County. These pictures that you're looking at here of a flooded SUV. This photo was actually taken before landfall. The sheriff's office says they're seeing right now a lot of flooded roads, downed trees and debris. The Polk County Sheriff's Office has their push teams out there, going to be clearing roadways as quickly as possible. I've been following Hillsborough County's sheriff as well online. He talks about their chainsaw teams out there right now clearing any down.
Chainsaw teams I need a chainsaw team.
At this home in the High Point community, you can just see it's a complete loss.
No, I just throw a little duct tape on it. You'll be good to go. Just a little duct tape. You'll be good to go. Just some duct tape. Port St. Louis area was hit badly by the tornadoes. Yeah, that's south of where my brother is. I haven't heard from him yet this morning. I sent out a message to him, but it's possible he just doesn't have any. He doesn't have any power. I wanted to let you know that they're supposed to be on their way, so you can put up the doctor. Oh, okay. Oh boy, it's almost like they had to cover the fact that the storm was in a category 1 at landfall. Yeah.
Precious items that have probably been collected for years, all gone, just charred.
Well, do you think they collected no, I'm thinking they probably collected all the precious items like just last week. I mean, why would you like collect precious items over the years? Just do them all the day of the storm.
Not home, but they did have 3 pets and maybe a dog that no one's seen in a few.
3 pets and maybe a dog. So what were the other pets? Like, was it pet turtle, pet fish? I really love the reporters with their in-depth analyses of these things. They had 3 pets and possibly a dog.
Few days, so they're not sure if they were able to make it out. So people in this area are just, worried about their neighbors, worried about what they're going to come home to.
Yeah, I know they were worried about.
They'll come home to some asshole standing in their lawn with a camera going, look at the utter devastation. They probably had pets and a dog.
The area too, Angelisa, with the winds earlier, the spread of the flames was also a concern. And I know you talked to a neighbor too who said that they were worried about their own home, right? That people were watching the fire from afar, called on you and said, we don't really know what to do.
Why are they calling Channel 10 for a fire? Why not call, emergency or, snakes? Well, that could be snakes. Could be snakes. Possibly birds.
Yeah, the winds died down a lot, but neighbors were definitely worried about that.
Yeah, I would say the winds died down quite a bit. Very obvious. The wind has died down quite a bit.
Small fire, like the fire was about the size of a campfire, but you don't know how much it's going to spread with how powerful the wind was earlier. But
I have a mentally disabled relative in a home down there. I can't call them. If I fly down, there's just going to be more trouble. So I get everyone being on edge. Yes. And then in floods, scammers are like bad. Yeah. And you'll also have like roofing companies will come rolling in from out of town. They'll come rolling in from Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. And you'll know that they're, and the thing is, this is so difficult to deal with for everybody. So if you're in Florida and you see someone come rolling in there and they say, listen, we will do all the paperwork for you. We got you covered. If they're from out of state, request to see their license. Request to see their license. Get their license. Just get their license. I'm not saying that they're coming in, they're going to do a bad job or they're going to screw things up. But if something happens, you need to know who you're going to hold liable for it. If they're not licensed and insured in your state, do not hire them. Do not hire them to do the work. You are hiring them at your own risk. And then what they'll do is they'll get the job halfway done and they'll move on. So don't go hiring people that aren't there in Florida. Already getting the scam calls. Oh yeah. Landfall was at Siesta Key at 8:30 p.m. with a maximum wind speed of 69 miles per hour. Giggity. 3 miles below a category 1. My wife's uncle, Mike, was a roofer. He took 2 of her brothers with him to Florida after Andrew said he'd be gone 2 weeks, was gone for 2 months. Yeah. Now, like I said, it's, you are doing those kinds of things at your own risk, because if you have insurance on your house, the insurance will pay them. It just takes a while to get insurance coverage for those. He's stuck behind his Fisher Price desk. Who is Fisher Price? Fisher Price desk. Pet alligator. I don't know. The air is strange, isn't it? Fisher Price desk. I don't know what that means. He was licensed. Yeah, see, he was licensed in Florida. I just got called yesterday from St. Pete just before landfall. Yeah, I spoke to my brother. My brother sent me a picture. He had manatees in his pool from the last hurricane that went through. Let me see if I got those pictures. Where are they? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here. See if I can bring that up. So yeah, manatees in his pool. they're swimming in his pool. He's got a saltwater pool, not chlorinated. A little bit easier to deal with. But yeah, he was last I talked to him was at 10:30. 4 o'clock yesterday evening. And he was like, he sent me a picture of the storms and he said, let the games begin. So he's probably been without power. And that's what I won't hear from him until they restore power in the area. I mean, that's not abnormal. It's not abnormal at all. Yeah, that's going to be, where is it? There was something. And I'm looking to see if they've got anything, any other news. What is it? Oh, somebody posted this. This is from Sky News. I saw this earlier. I knew I'd seen this. Here it is. Sky News is always hilarious.
Kamala Harris made a bizarre gaffe during an FEMA Hurricane Milton emergency update broadcast, which sent social media into a spin. The vice president received a briefing from disaster relief authorities on preparations and weather forecasts for the hurricane. During the video briefing, Kamala Harris could be seen covering her mouth, appearing to relay a message to someone else through a microphone and earpiece. The VP mumbled, "It's a live broadcast," behind her hands.
Flood. We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to.
Oh, ooh.
Drain.
Thank you very much.
She then immediately took her hands away from her mouth and asked a question.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there is a lot of media following this briefing.
Commentators immediately blasted the VP, accusing her of being fed questions by aides through an earpiece.
Yeah.
Commentator Charlie Kirk said, "Busted." Kamala
You know, that's what a fraud this woman is. You can't unsee it.
is heard telling an aide who is feeding her questions that it's a live broadcast. She then asks the question she was presumably given. When you realize what a fraud this woman is, you can't unsee it. And this commentator doubled down, saying, "Pathetic. Kamala Harris just forgot to mute her mic while telling the intern feeding her hurricane questions that it's a live broadcast. If you needed more proof Kamala is merely an incompetent puppet, here it is." The gaffe comes after Kamala Harris was slammed for politicizing the hurricane disaster and picking a fight with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over his response to the crisis.
Look, this whole riff on DeSantis-Harris and him not taking a phone call, I mean, it's just so gross. I see the man is right now in the middle of dealing with his second major hurricane in a week. The one that's hitting now, they say, is the biggest hurricane to hit Florida in 100 years. Sorry, Kamala, he's a little bit busy prepping for it. Like he said, she's like a spurned girlfriend. Like he won't take my phone calls, not returning my texts. Yeah, he's got more important things to do than deal with your craziness. I mean, leave the man alone. To call him selfish? Who's being selfish? You're politicizing this. You're making this about you. She can't help herself. You're the VP. You have absolutely no role when it comes to this. But look, I think she, rather than bothering him when he's trying to prepare, maybe she could focus on FEMA, which, by the way, has a tremendous amount of problems. First of all, FEMA could only make available right now for this hurricane 9% of its staff for hurricane.
Oh, that is pretty bad. She's done dumber things. Meh. Yeah. 9% of their staff is all they can afford for this. Oof. Ooh.
In relief, when historically 25% of staff is there because they're having massive staffing problems. 33% of all the jobs in FEMA are still unfilled when we're spending trillions and trillions of dollars. And then even more growth.
You know why? This is what you get with diversity, equity, and inclusion. He's a soy boy. He has no balls.
This webinar came out. I don't know if you saw this. This webinar came out where they were actually saying,
yeah, this is her.
People were saying that we have to prioritize equity.
This is the female that does this on a regular basis. She totally blasts her
over absolutely helping the most amount of people possible. This is when intersectionality actually becomes deadly, okay? Then a second webinar came out. They said we got to prioritize LGBTQIA plus -ampersand. That is how, look, it reminds me of that New Yorker cartoon that came out, my favorite cartoon, that said the world is ending, minorities disproportionately affected. That's where we are. We're actually living in New Yorker.
That's funny. I hadn't seen that. The world is ending, minorities disproportionately affected. Oh God.
Cartoon.
Commentator Megyn Kelly doubled down on this, saying Kamala Harris has chosen to pick a fight with Ron DeSantis for political gain.
She decides to pick a fight with Ron DeSantis because she thinks it makes her look good to fight with a prominent Republican, even though the man right now truly is trying to save lives. I don't remember the last time a Cat 5 hurricane was barreling.
Well, Florida doesn't remember either because, well, it came down to what? by the time it hit landfall, it was less than a Cat 1. It should have been downgraded to a tropical storm. Not a hurricane. The outer bands that it brought, those were pretty devastating. But yeah, it was below a Cat 1. Oh,
toward the Gulf Coast of Florida. Those things are monsters. They're talking about storm surge like we've never seen. I'm just sitting there. She could just keep saying that, she could just keep saying it's monstrous over and over again. Come on, Megyn Kelly, just say it again. It's monstrous. That may have cities as large as Tampa, Florida, underwater. The mayor of Tampa, and there are some dozen towns around it, said today, if you stay, you will die. Ron DeSantis is the governor of that state. He has truly a lot to deal with. They're still recovering from Hurricane Helene, which devastated the same area 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it was pretty bad. We know. I did see something this morning that made me laugh my ass off. Let me see if I can find this. Okay. So do you remember yesterday? Whenever I said this story made no sense to the headlines? Okay. If you were here yesterday morning, okay. So yesterday morning, I saw this headline that came across about the Electoral College, and I started reading the story. I was like, the headline makes no sense. It made no sense whatsoever, because they're like, let's talk about the Electoral College, and then you start reading the story. What does this have to do with the Electoral College? Well, I found the story the headline as it was supposed to be today. The presidential campaigns have made over 200 visits, but speak to just a fraction of American voters. Huh? So what I found was, and you can't see it on my screen, but it is AP News article, Electoral College 2024, Wisconsin, Illinois, Trump, Harris, CBD, and then it has a bunch of numbers after it. Okay. So this is the same story that I read to you yesterday. I was like, why are they not even talking about the Electoral College? And then they reposted it again, like it's a new story. On October 9th, they wrote it, and then they updated it at 2:47 in the afternoon on the 9th. I read it to you yesterday, and I told you the headline didn't make any sense. Well, there it is. That right there was the story. The headline is it was supposed to be on the 9th, but somebody should get fired over that. I mean, I make bad mistakes, like drinking way too much the wee hours of the night. Oof. But yeah, their ability to tell stories amazes me. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll talk about this one here. Sean Diddy Combs to make his first appearance before a trial judge in sex trafficking case. So Sean Diddy Combs is set to make his first appearance before a judge who is expected to preside over the hip-hop power broker's trial on sex trafficking charges. Combs will be brought to Manhattan Federal Court from Brooklyn Jail for a Thursday afternoon appearance before Judge Arun Subramanian. Okay. The hearing is expected to result in deadlines being set for lawyers on each side to submit arguments that will establish the boundaries for that trial that Combs' lawyers want to start in April or May, when their prosecutors have not expressed a preference for when the trial might occur. The judge was assigned to the case after another judge recused himself based on his past associations with lawyers in the case. Was it lawyers, or was he involved? The judge was assigned to the case after another judge recused himself.
Combs, who is 54, has pleaded not guilty to them their charges lodged against him last month. Those charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking based on allegations that go back to 2008. Don't want to donate. The indictment alleges Combs coerced and abused women for years with help from a network of associates and employees while silencing victims through blackmail and violent acts, including kidnapping, arson, and physical beatings. His lawyers have been trying unsuccessfully to get the founder of Bad Boy Records freed on bail since his September 16th arrest. Two judges have concluded that Combs is a danger to the community if he's freed at a bail hearing 3 weeks ago. A judge rejected a $50 million bail package, including home detention and electronic monitoring, after concluding that Combs was a threat to tamper with witnesses and obstruct a continuing investigation. An appeal on the bail rulings to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeal. Lawyers for Combs on Tuesday asked a panel of judges to reverse the bail findings, saying the proposed bail package would plainly stop him from posing a danger to anyone or contacting any witnesses. They urged the appeals court to reject the findings of a lower court judge who they said had endorsed the government's exaggerated rhetoric and ordered Mr. Combs detained. He's a flight risk there, son. You think even if he's famous, you know he doesn't want to be there. You know he doesn't want to be in jail. He doesn't want to have the booty goons coming after him. Oh, yeah. Wishing you a speedy recovery, Stephen Feder. Yeah, be getting safe. Feeling much better. Well, we hope everybody is doing well today. We hope that everybody is doing well today. This is so insane. So Biden blasts Trump for an onslaught of lies about handling of Helene. Sure. What? Oh boy. Nope, I ain't playing that. Why did they have it on visual? Oh, those are watch more. I don't want to watch that crap. Well, let's see what we've got going on today. What's new? Let's see. Yep. Related coverage. Oh, okay. Now I got it. It took me a second to understand what they're talking about here. Okay. You guys know who Bob Woodward is, right? I shouldn't have to tell you this, right? You know who Bob Woodward is. He was the one that discovered the Nixon, crap. Yeah. Covered that before they could hack emails, how they were going through their Nixon, Woodward, Bob, that guy. Yeah. So this right here is the story of Trump Putin ties are back in the spotlight after a new book describes calls. Oh my. The new book's assertion that Donald Trump may have had as many as 7 private phone calls with Vladimir Putin since leaving the White House has refocused attention on their politically fraught relationship and on Trump's sustained dialogue with world leaders as he seeks to return to power. It's not surprising in of itself that an ex-president would preserve ties with foreign counterparts, but in detail, in Bob Woodward's book, War, raised eyebrows in light of the special counsel's investigation during Trump's presidency that examined potential ties between Russia and a Republican 26 campaign. Didn't we already go over this? Yeah, was that new book printed in China? I'm curious. It fends off Russian invasion. Statements that have hinted at a possible U.S. policy overhaul if he's elected. Yeah, that was a stroke of genius. I can't wait to see the final bill from my share. Oh, yeah. I would caution any world leader about trusting Vladimir Putin with anything, said Emily Harding, who led the Senate's Intelligence Committee's investigation into 2016 fraudulent election interference. Why do I say fraudulent? Because they already had the proof that that was nothing but lies. 2016, we found out that all of that was based on a brief done by Hillary Clinton supporters to make it appear that Trump had ties with Russia. So they're going to try to bring back the Russia thing again, and they'll try to bring up the China and everything else that they possibly can, make him look bad. It's amazing to me that they don't report on all of the bad stuff with Walz. I'm so surprised that they don't talk about all of the crap with Walz. They've been so focused on going after Trump that going after Walz, they don't talk anything about. They don't say anything about the horrible things that he's said and done, the kinds of problems that he's caused. It is amazing to me that as much as they've gone after Trump on every single one of these things, that they've never talked about the horrible crap that Kamala has done. They avoid that. It is nonstop. And this is something I think I should share. I think I should share this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a message of hope, not fear. A message that I hope will galvanize us all into much needed action. The problem is quite simple. Anarchy and chaos prevails in Washington, D.C. because the federal government has seized powers to which it is not entitled to and is passing masses of laws that are 100% unconstitutional. And when you get men setting themselves up as greater than the Constitution of the United States, you get anarchy and eventually tyranny. It's taken me 25 years to come to the conclusions that I have come to. And I want to tell you that one of the biggest things I discovered in my work was the existence of a supranational committee composed of 300 men. I came across this quite by accident when I was serving in Africa, in Angola, and I was given a series of documents which were only supposed to be handed in to top-level people. They were what we called above the top level of classification of intelligence documents. And there I discovered that whilst I thought I was in Africa fighting against the invasion of the communists, I was in fact fighting to introduce socialist regimes in the black African countries, and that I was actually working
I think that it would
for
be
a committee
correct.
called the Committee of 300, also known in intelligence circles as the Olympians. In my book, The Committee of 300, which took 20 years of research, And incidentally, I was only a little bit behind with Karl Marx. He spent 30 years in the British Museum in London, where he got most of his things from. I point out that the British East India Company was the most powerful trading company in the world. They made their massive monies out of the dope trade. They first grew prime poppies in Kew Gardens in Kensington, London, got the best producing opium poppies. They then shipped them to Benares in India, where they began a massive plantation of poppies, opium producing poppies. They then used their famous tea clippers to transport the poppies in the form of raw opium to China. And by their military force, they imposed an opium policy on China that turned the Chinese nation into a nation of addicts. And they enforced this policy, which was known to the royal family and Lord Gladstone, the Prime Minister, and every one of the lords and ladies in England. And they made a massive, huge fortune. In researching these documents in India House in London, I came across some of the manifests of the old tea clippers and the numbers of kegs of opium they carried and the values. And I totaled up these things, and I found to my astonishment that if we took 1970 as an optimum year for profits in General Motors and Ford, in 1 year, the opium trade with China was 3 times the profits of the combined profits of Ford and General Motors in 1970. And this was shared by 300 people. That was the committee that ran the British East India Company. They all had equal voting rights. They could not outvote each other, and of course they were sworn to secrecy. The descendants of the British East India Company today run the United States. These 300 men in the Committee of 300 still run the world today with an iron fist. Their wealth is untold, cannot be measured. I know I looked at some of the records that I could find in Italy, in Rome. I've done most of my work on location, and this has always been invaluable to me. And I came across the families in Italy who were called the fondi, meaning the people who had all the money.
And thank him for his service every single day, because that's impressive. 25 years. Life's telling you to hurry it up. Opium is the oldest known bioweapon on the planet, still being used to this day in the form of yeah.
They were all members of the Committee of 300, the Lucatis, the Recanatis, the Volpi du Miseratis. These people are so wealthy that they would make David Rockefeller look like a piker. That is how rich they are. And this is the committee that runs the world. Now, in my book, The Committee of 300, I name every one of them.
Amazing, huh? This guy has a lot of this information. Air America was really busy back in the 70s. Oh yeah. Air America, all of them had quite a bit to talk about. And it's going to get much worse. Because you're going to see people saying, "Oh, well, these are all fake news. These are lies. They're not true." Let me see if I've got this one particular one. See if we've got it here. It is that one. That one got me in trouble. I can't show that one. That one they called medical misinformation. So I can't show the stuff that I wanted to show. But oh no, I can't show that either. Let me see if we've got it here. Oh, Nathan would now. I already showed that one last week. And let's go to nope, not showing that. This one. If you think that he's lying, there you go. Listen to her.
Sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs.
Yeah, they think because you have conviction in your beliefs that you're a cultist. Because they have this belief that you're part of some sort of cult. It's sad. Because whenever you question people, you're considered wrong. Whenever you have those questions, when you say, hey, why do we have this kind of stuff happen? Because it's politics season. It's time that we get our head out of our gluteus and maximus and really pay attention to what they're doing. Yeah, this was on C-SPAN just right before all the hurricanes, right before the disasters there.
In San Diego, we had an exponential increase in significant interest aliens. These are aliens with significant ties to terrorism. Prior to this administration, the San Diego sector averaged 10 to 15 SIA arrests per year. Once word was out the border was far easier to cross, San Diego went to over 100 SIAs in 2022, well over that in 2023, and even more than that registered this year. These are only the ones we caught. At the time, I was told I could not release any information on this increase in SIAs or mention any of the arrests. The administration was trying to convince the public there was no threat at the border. Fentanyl is another issue. The San Diego area sees between 80 and 90% of the methamphetamine and fentanyl seizures annually for our entire country. With little enforcement at the border, these drugs were coming through en masse. During my last year in San Diego, the price for a single pill of fentanyl, for example, went from $10 to 25 cents. To make matters worse, during 2022 and 23, I had to shut down San Diego traffic checkpoints, which are critical for drug interdiction, because the resources had been diverted to the process and release mission. The large numbers also had and still have a negative impact on the San Diego community. I had to release illegal aliens by the hundreds each day into communities who could not support them. To quiet the problem, 2 flights a week were provided from San Diego to Texas. These flights simply brought aliens that would have been released in San Diego over to Texas. Each flight cost approximately $150,000. This was the administration's way to try and quiet the border-wide crisis.
Yeah. And that was somebody right there. That was on C-SPAN. Anybody catch that? Did anybody catch any of that news that came out? But oh no, it's very important. It's very important that we pay attention to what your dear leaders are saying. Pay close attention to what they have to say. What about what about the last guy? You realize they're not going to be trying him for quite some time. You know, the issues in other states. Here it is. Watch this.
Mr. Heck, I sent you video of the homeless people living in the back of Lincoln School. I have the pictures here today. They're living in back of Lincoln School. I even showed you video of them. You could see the monkey bars. Nothing has to be done. Code enforcement won't come out. The police won't come out. Come to the real life. Go to Walmart and watch those Haitians open up jars of the tomato paste, pizza sauce, dip their fingers in it and eat it. Go to Kroger's. You know how Kroger's has a little fruit up front for like $5? They pick it up and start eating it, then discard the thing. I've seen them do it. So I'm not here saying I know they're doing it. I've seen it. The city is going to shit. And you guys thinking we're doing good. But my car insurance goes up. So I called Nationwide, which is my car insurance and my homeowner's insurance. You know what they said? Because the accident rate in Springfield has tripled. I don't see any squatters, tent cities, or anything here, but we got them in our neighborhoods. Shouldn't we share? Are we all not in this together? Are we all not in this together?
I've heard people express concerns about personal safety, women who are afraid to walk in stores, women stalked out into parking lots with their children. Not once have I heard people complain about race. And I wish you guys would stop pushing this through the filter of identity politics, because it's allowing you to ignore our real concern. And that's what you've been doing. You've been ignoring us and mocking us this whole time.
Yep. That is exactly what's been happening there. That is what's been happening. Oh man, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Nope. Nope, can't show that because it'll get me in trouble. Get me in trouble. Isn't it amazing the things you can't show on the YouTubes because you'll get in trouble for it? Let me see if I've got this one here. Oh. Here. I love this one.
I am Ukrainian, and this is my card. I am Ukrainian, and this is my church. I'm an American, and I don't give a fuck.
Fake news. Nothing to see here. Move along, sheeples. Move along, sheeples. Yes, that is so true. They took his rug, which really tied the room together, man. Really tied the room together, man. Oh. Let's continue on with her.
I don't. Your country is getting billions and billions of dollars from us. Meanwhile, we have veterans sleeping on the streets. We have to put ourselves first. I don't give a shit about any other country, to be honest. I don't. I care about America, where I'm from.
Yeah. As she should. But hey, this is what we get here in the United States.
How can I help you? Yeah. Who are you? Can you give your full name, please? Is that sufficient to identify as only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
In New Hampshire, yes.
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No. It's First
No.
Amendment right. What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording?
Absolutely not.
No.
You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
I don't really want to broadcast my.
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to.
So you can show me your name or ID. You can walk away. I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
Your badges.
I
that
need
don't
to
mean
see,
nothing.
Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name, or I'm not going to talk to you.
I prefer you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
What I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you happen to be the one that made it.
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K? You guys making six figures? Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like you're familiar with. So then why would you come?
Because we wanted to make sure that there weren't any.
No, you're coming because you're part of a regime that does this kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken. And that's an embarrassment, man. Didn't you guys read the Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away. Because nothing we did is against the law. And you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. And you go home and you think about what you did today. Go home and think about it, you cowards. Drive away. Drive away.
Thank you for your time.
You're not welcome. You should be embarrassed. Embarrassing. You guys are embarrassing.
Barney shoes. Send them on their way. Send them packing because they're coming to him over a Facebook post. Could you imagine your government comes knocking on your door because of a Facebook post? That is so sad. That is so sad. Good. You got their plate. Yeah, they have to show their ID. Yeah. The hell? I got to see what this is before I show it. What the hell? No, I'm not showing that. Not showing that at all. Oh, boy. I did see this, though. You'd think that they have spell checkers. Amphibious pitcher makes debut. Oh, sorry. I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. I had to show it. Where is the one? Oh, this is great. This is so glorious. Got to have some happiness here.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. Love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game. two. True love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
See, you got to have a little bit of happiness because Halloween is coming. Halloween is coming. And if you're ready to have the ever living bejesus scared out of you, who would buy this and put this in their front yard right here? Who would do this? Who would buy that and put it in their front yard? Who? Oh, I want that. Emma's girl's like, I want that. That is so awesome. Oh, that is so awesome. I love it. I love it. But check this out. Oh, sorry. Turns out the lights. Hits her in the head. Comes over. I love it. Oh boy. Oh. Mm. Gotta have a little bit of happiness in the world. Oh my. Oh my. Where is this one at? I think I got it here somewhere. It was this one. Nope. Okay, nope. Can't show that either. It is. Nope. There's certain things I'm looking through this just to make sure that I can show some of these things. Nope. Some of these things they just won't let me show on the YouTubes. They've got very strict standards. Here you go. Look at this lovely young lady. Check her out.
One of the biggest lies I used to tell myself that I thought was the truth when I was single before I got married was men are intimidated by me. I thought because I had a house, a car, been driving BMW since I was 24 years old, I thought that because I made a lot of money that men just couldn't handle it, they were intimidated, and they were turned off because I was doing better than them. That is one of the biggest lies or the things that we think when really the problem is us. If you find yourself saying, well, men are just intimidated by me, I make too much money, they don't like that I'm just direct and I stand up for myself. If you keep getting that kind of results from men, most likely it's not because they're intimidated, they just don't like you. Be like nasty, but that was what I was going through. They thought I was attractive, they liked being around me, but they just weren't into me because the way that I exuded my ego. A lot of women don't realize when they make money and they have all these accomplishments, the ego drives the conversation. It drives your energy, how you carry yourself, how you interact with men, where your ego is like, well, because you're not on my level, da, 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 da. And nobody wants to be treated like that, man or woman. I'll give you guys a perfect example. Girl with the pink dress on Pop the Balloon. A lot of people were like, oh, I like her personality. She seems funny. She seems cool. She even said she was a sweetheart. And all those things can be true. That does not mean that's what's attractive to a man. Ladies, the things that we like about ourselves and the things that we like about our homegirls does not mean that men find that attractive or want that to be what they want in a relationship. And I'm not saying change who you are to appease a man, but if you're not getting the results that you want in the dating sphere and you want to be married, you have to check how you talk to people, how you treat people, the energy you have. Normally it stems from childhood. Normally it stems from being an overachiever. It stems from being somebody that's very type A. It stems from being somebody that is a perfectionist. Normally, when people are like that to themselves, they're hyper critical of other people. So if you tend to have this personality trait where you're very defensive, you're standoffish, you have your guard up 24/7, 365, and you don't know how to let your hair down and have fun and speak to people lightly, gracefully, then you could probably have this problem. So just do some self-reflection, sis. It might not be because he's intimidated. He might just not like you.
It's hard. It's a hard truth. It's a hard truth. Hard truth. Man, same way with men. It happens with men too. Get too much ego, start being buttheads to the opposite sex. Women don't like it. People tend not to like it. Where is it? Where is it? Nope, not that. And I'll find it here shortly. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I have to go through a lot of scrolls to get to these points. So, as they were saying that there's no Venezuelan gangs in Aurora. What do you call this? Yeah, they're saying this is fake. That's fake right there. Is it fake or is it real? Is it true? Well, the news media says that these things are not real. News media says that those do not exist. That would be untrue. There are no gangs in Venezuela. There's not one that took over any part of the area. Nope, never happened. Never happened. It's been all truthful. Every single bit of what they say is we don't agree. It doesn't happen. None of this. It can be confirmed. Whew. None of it. Yeah, I got a good one for you. Here, check this out.
Went into a bathroom in the same, I believe, in the same hallway as the shooter. Hold on. One of them went into the same bathroom, I believe, as the hallway shooter. He was in there at the same time, and he was in the bathroom, and he didn't know if he was going to live. Because we had a fire alarm earlier that day, and that was a drill. So we thought this was a drill too, just another one. Because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school. After we heard the first gunshot, we initially thought it was a drill. Actually, that was a bad choice. okay, you're fine. Actually, that was a bad choice because the janitor.
Yeah, that, you know who that was, right? That was your friendly little David Hogg. Yeah. Telling his story. Odd that just is completely overlooked, that they miss out on seeing what is going on, things like this.
During church? After church?
The look on her mom's face. The look on her mom's face is classic. Yep, before church, after church. Oh. Let me see. There's one more I've got for you. See, this is it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah. I'll have to. It takes me a little bit of time to find these things, but then whenever I find them, they're so glorious. Let me see. That one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, yeah. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of absolute BS. Just think, they couldn't send money, well, $750, I guess, to people that were devastated in North Carolina. And this was just last month. You know what this is, right? Oh, yeah. This was just last month. You know why they were bragging about these? Because this was their whole line of pilots that were going to be flying the F-16s that we sent them. These guys are too tall to be pilots and too fat. They're out of shape. But yet we spent how much money have we spent on this? Notice you're not seeing any rank. Yeah. Yeah, those are pilots, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. This right here is what your money is being spent on. Right. It's a big transfer of money. Mm-hmm. Yep. They pile here, they pile it there. They pile it here, they pile it there. Uh-huh. That right there was what they were doing last month. I love how what was that? I can't wait to see the F-16 dash cam videos. Yeah, here we go.
refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this.
And I can't. They want to start playing music in the background. Can't play the music in the background. You sound proud that you haven't taken any refugees. Those are not refugees, of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we have not had even one attack on the streets in Poland. We call it populist, nationalist, racist. He doesn't care. My family, and it's about my country. That's all you should be concerned with is your country. Shouldn't be focusing on the things that don't matter. I mean, they're easy to focus on. It's easy to not pay a whole lot of attention. You see that right now in the whole the gambling sphere, bets are on Trump that he's going to win. Bets are on Trump that he's going to win. Yes. More like royal flush. Mm-hmm. They've got you. Wonder what this is. Am I going to see this? Oh, no, can't show that one. What is it? There? Nope. What is? I will find it here shortly. Yes. Oh, nope, not that one. I'm double checking to see where it is. They only allow you to show certain things on the YouTube, so I have to be really careful what I show on here. Yes. Yes, I will find it here. Is it this? Is it this? Nope. That is crazy. Where is it? Oh, nope. I know I've got it here somewhere. Be right back. You got to turn your car around. South Park has it right. Made fun of everything. They still do. They just don't play. They just don't play. What is it? Oh, no. Nope, not showing that. Where is the... I've got it here somewhere. It's coming. Give me a second. It is... Nope. I hate whenever I find these things and then I can't find them right away. Because it was... I thought you guys would like it. if I showed it to you. It would put a smile on your face. I need a smile. I need a smile for people. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Nope. 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 That's not it. Here we go. There it is.
The fuck is that? Bigfoot. Oh man, look at him. I knew that would put a smile on your face. I knew that people would get a kick out of that one. Here's the other one. You're gonna love this. There we go. Here we go. Have you seen this one? Oh. 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 The days that we don't see the good stuff. You've got to have the good stuff. The big smiles. Here we go. Some big smiles for you.
Piece of shit! Piece of shit! Where is your gun now?
You need a gun because you're weak. You need a bullet because your voice is small.
Enough is enough! What is on your hands? How do you fucking feel? Thumbs up! Thumbs up! Can't stop! I'm gonna go fucking celebrate! My choice! Bro, that's not fucking talking, bro! That's not fucking talking!
That frog was awesome. That just makes me laugh every single time. It just makes me laugh so much. Sorry. I don't know if I can show this. I probably shouldn't show this one. I shouldn't. Oh, I'm not sure I should be showing this. I'm gonna show it, but you're gonna ask yourself, what exactly is this? I'm gonna hide my face whenever I show this because I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you know what that's supposed to be? That is supposed to be pelvic floor muscle training for women. Pelvic muscle training for women. No. No, that shouldn't be allowed. Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave you guys with this one. That was a Flexio commercial. Why aren't we gifted on the? Why aren't we all gifted on the floor muscle strength? Someone got to win the strong woman competition somehow. Yeah. That's all they'll be wearing, adult diapers before you know it. They probably will be. Knowledge is gross. What the F? All right. And this will be the last thing I show you before I head out today.
Here's how I would fix how fucked up the United States Congress is with 5 simple rules. The first rule obviously being term limits. The people in Congress should be just like the president. They are only allowed to serve 2 terms. Then they can make way for someone else who has something else to say. Rule number 2, congressmen and women are paid the median salary of the state they represent. If the congressman or woman wants to make more money, they need to take action to raise the median salary of the people in their state. This will immediately guarantee that they understand the people they represent. And I know people are going to say that would be hard to do because they have to go back and forth between Washington and their state. That leads me to rule number 3. No more traveling to Washington, and also no overseas travel paid by the taxpayer. Now, how will we accomplish this? Easy. We all know what fucking Zoom is. It is 2024. There is no fucking reason for our representatives to be traveling to Washington. There is no reason they have to meet in the same fucking room. We just install big ass iPads on each chair and they can talk it out over Zoom. It's fucking insane that we are paying for our representatives to travel all the way across the country just to fucking vote. All we need is big ass iPads, secure push button voting technology, and video conferencing technology. 3 things we already have. As for the overseas travel, there is zero fucking reason for a representative from Idaho to have to go to Paris on official business. They are not foreign dignitaries. They are not part of some international Peace Corps. They are representatives of their state, so they need to stay in their fucking state. Now, if they want to go overseas on vacation, that's fine. They can pay for it themselves. But there's absolutely no fucking reason taxpayers should be footing the bill for representatives or senators to fly overseas. Now, without them traveling all over the place, that's going to free up a lot of time. And that'll lead into rule number 4, which is single issue bills only. Any bill that's submitted to be voted on can only be about one single issue. There is no fucking reason a veterans benefit bill should have anything unrelated to veterans in it. It should be putting up one issue at a time, voting on one issue at a time, and passing or not passing one bill at a time. Want more money for Ukraine? Put up a bill that is just the Ukraine funding. Don't combine it with some bill giving benefits to old people to try to make everyone feel bad and vote yes. If a bill or an issue can't pass on its own merits, then it doesn't need to be passed. And lastly, rule number 5. Anytime a member of Congress speaks to the media or the American people, it is automatically assumed that they are under oath and can be charged with perjury for lying to the American people. And if through a jury of their peers, preferably that jury should also be made up of the residents of the state they represent, they will be immediately removed from office. And that's it. 5 rules to unfuck Congress.
Bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning with Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.